Hi everyone, this is Tamara, your courtroom companion. And if you're new to the channel, welcome. If you're a faithful follower, welcome back. Appreciate all of y'all continuing to come back and listen to my videos. And in today's video, we're going to talk about expert witnesses. So I'm first going to tell you what an expert witness is, and then I'm going to tell you maybe some of the expert witnesses that you can include in your trial or custody hearing. It won't be an exhaustive list, just some examples of folks that you might want to include. And then stay till the end because I'm going to talk about 2 times when I used expert witnesses in my own custody trials. So hopefully that information will be helpful to you. But as always, what I say here is just my own personal story. I'm not an attorney. I'm not a mental health therapist. So if you need the professionals for support, I do encourage you to go out and get that support. I'm just here sharing my own experiences and knowledge in hopes that it will be of help to you. So let's just jump right in. So an expert witness is someone that can come and testify. They're an objective party to your case, and they're coming to talk about some area or topic where they have education and expertise. So the court will see them as an expert witness, and what they say is considered an expert opinion. So not anyone can just come in and say they're an expert. They have to be vetted by your attorney, the other attorney, and perhaps the court as well. So, you know, if you're planning on bringing someone to court to say that they're an expert witness, just know that they're going to be looked at very closely, and if they are considered to have an expert opinion, they will go through a vetting process to have that happen. So some of the folks that you can include as expert witnesses can be therapists, psychologists, psychiatrists, forensic accountants, anyone that you deem that you need for your court case to be an expert on any topic. It could be finances, it could be mental health, it could be any area that comes into play when we're talking about custody and family court. So I would encourage you to talk it over with your attorney to find out what kinds of expert witnesses might be unique to your case. So for me, I had 2 expert witnesses that came and testified during my last 12-day trial. So my last official trial was in 2019, and it stretched across 12 days. And it was started, you know, maybe in March, and it ended in August. So we would get 2 days here, 3 days here, and it was just a long, drawn-out process. So during that 12 days, I had 2 expert witnesses. One was deemed an expert because she was an expert in looking at attorney fees. So I was going to ask for attorney fees to be reimbursed to me. So this particular person, I paid for her to come, and therefore she was going to testify that my attorney's invoices were accurate and authentic. She would look at what the going rate is in my area for attorneys. She would make sure that if it typically takes, 2 hours to write this kind of motion, that's what I was billed for, that I wasn't astronomically billed. And the reason I wanted her to come is if I hoped to get attorney fees, I had to pay for a witness to come and authenticate my attorney's invoices. So that's why I paid her. The other side was not able to use her to authenticate their attorney bills because they didn't pay for it. They would have had to call their own expert witness to testify about those invoices. So anyway, so I had that person as an expert witness. The second expert witness that I had come in was a medical professional that could testify about my son's diagnosis and I won't go into specifics about what that diagnosis is, but he has a life-changing diagnosis that came in 2018. And a week after my son's diagnosis, my ex began saying that I wasn't taking care of it, which is absolute crazy. But nonetheless, it was just one more thing for him to go after me about, and he even filed a false CPS report against me stating that I wasn't taking care of our son. This was like a week after diagnosis. So anyway, if you want to know more about that story, I'll link that above where I talk about that false report. But nonetheless, all through 2018 and all through 19, up until our trial and through our trial, he would accuse me of not taking care of our son's diagnosis. So I knew that I wanted to use our son's doctor as an expert witness, because she would come and testify and say that I was taking care of him. And so she had to be vetted by both sides, and she came in and testified about our son's diagnosis and how actually both of us were taking care of our son's medical needs. And so that's how I used her. And it was extremely beneficial, because this was somebody that came in, and if I wasn't taking care of our son, she would know about it because it would show in his blood work and all of that. So I knew that I needed to do that, and it was expensive to do that, but I wanted to refute every false accusation that my ex was going to say about me in court. So we brought her in right from the jump, and she testified that everything was good and our son's medical records were there, and she was able to testify what was all in those medical records. So she was extremely helpful in that regard. So that's how I used an expert witness. And I'd be interested to hear from others in the community what expert witnesses you've used in your trial and how that turned out. And if you have any tips or strategies for choosing the right expert witness, or some things to keep in mind as we go about choosing expert witnesses for our family custody trial. So that's all I have for now. This is a short video, but just one I've been thinking about a lot, and how helpful my expert witnesses were in my own custody case. I'm also going to link a video above for choosing the right witnesses for your case. I did one recently on how to choose the right witnesses, so I'll link that as well above. So until next time, I'll see you later. Bye-bye.